There was once a student. Not a prodigy, not a genius, just a student. Someone with dreams so big they almost scared him. Someone who looked at successful people and thought, will I ever be like them? But life, as it always does, had other plans. It didn't make things easy. It didn't hand him success on a silver plate. Instead, it gave him failure. Over and over again. He failed exams. He lost focus. He compared himself to others and felt smaller every single time. Each time he saw his grades, he felt that deep ache. A silent whisper saying, "You're not good enough. Maybe this isn't for you." And for a moment, he believed it. He thought about giving up. He thought maybe those dreams were too big for someone like him. But something inside refused to die. A tiny voice, fragile but stubborn, said, "No, not yet. Try one more time." That night, while the world slept, he opened his books again. He didn't study out of pressure. He studied out of purpose. Every word he read was a rebellion against failure. Every hour he stayed awake was a message to the universe. I'm not done yet. He began to understand that success doesn't come to the smartest. It comes to those who stay, to those who fall, break, cry, and still choose to stand again. He learned that real intelligence isn't memorizing answers. It's refusing to accept defeat. As the months passed, nothing magical happened. He still failed some exams. He still felt tired. But something within him began to grow, discipline. He started waking up early, not because someone told him to, but because his goals were louder than his excuses. He began to understand that success doesn't come to the smartest. It comes to those who stay, to those who fall, break, cry, and still choose to stand again. He learned that real intelligence isn't memorizing answers. It's refusing to accept defeat. As the months passed, nothing magical happened. He still failed some exams. He still felt tired. But something within him began to grow, discipline. He started waking up early, not because someone told him to, but because his goals were louder than his excuses. He began to realize that the true enemy was not the subject, not the exam, not the teacher. It was the voice inside his head saying, "You can't." And so, he silenced that voice with action. He showed up every day, tired, scared, unsure. But he showed up. That's what changed everything. You see, most people fail not because they can't learn, but because they stop trying. They let one failure define their entire story. But failure was never meant to be the end. It was meant to be a teacher. Every mistake, every wrong answer, every sleepless night was shaping him into someone stronger. He realized that studying wasn't just about knowledge. It was about character. Every hour of focus was building patience. Every problem solved was building confidence. Every setback was building resilience. And slowly, quietly, he became unrecognizable. Not because his grades suddenly became perfect, but because he became different, more grounded, more aware, more alive. Then came the day of the final exam. The one everyone said was impossible. The one that had defeated him before. He sat there calm, not because he wasn't afraid, but because he had made peace with the process. He knew, whether he passed or failed, he had already won, because he had become the kind of person who never gives up. And when the results came, he had passed. But the grades weren't what made him proud. What made him proud was looking back and realizing how far he had come from that lost, doubtful student he once was. Headphone, now listen carefully, because maybe this isn't just his story. Maybe this is yours. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're studying every day and it still feels like it's not enough. Maybe people around you don't see your effort. They don't see the nights you spend alone, fighting to stay focused. They don't see the pressure, the fear, the loneliness. But you do. And one day, you'll thank yourself for not giving up. Because while others stopped, you continued. While others doubted, you believed. While others waited for motivation, you built discipline. Tall Balloon, understand this. Education is not about chasing grades. It's about chasing growth. It's about becoming a thinker, a problem solver, a believer in your own potential. Studying isn't just about passing exams. It's about preparing your mind for the challenges of life. It's about learning how to handle pressure, how to think, how to stay calm in chaos. When you push through those long nights, when you sacrifice comfort for progress, you are training your spirit to endure anything. One day, success will knock on your door, and when it does, you'll realize it didn't come suddenly. It came through every moment of effort, every tear, every failure that you refused to let define you. So when you feel tired, Remember this. You are not studying for today. You are studying for your future self, for the person you are becoming. Don't rush the process. Don't compare your journey to anyone else's, because your story has its own timing. And every page you read, every lesson you learn, is part of a masterpiece still in progress. So, my friend, keep going. Keep showing up. Keep learning. Keep failing, because failure means you're trying. One day, you'll stand on that stage. Degree in your hand, tears in your eyes, and you'll realize that the journey was worth every second. Because you didn't just earn a certificate, you earned yourself. You became stronger. You became wiser. You became unstoppable. Remember this always. You were never just a student. You were a warrior in disguise. And warriors never give up.
But the story doesn't end there. Because success, real success, isn't a single moment. It's a habit. It's a lifestyle. It's what you do every single day when no one is watching. That student didn't stop after one victory. He kept learning, kept pushing, kept growing. Because he understood something most people don't. The moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. You see, the world doesn't stand still. Knowledge keeps expanding. Opportunities keep evolving. And the ones who keep learning, keep winning. So he kept reading, not for grades, but for wisdom. He kept studying, not to impress others, but to understand himself. He realized that education was more than a system. It was a mirror. A reflection of who he was becoming. Every challenge in school taught him a lesson about life. Every difficult subject trained his mind to stay calm under pressure. Every mistake taught him humility. Every success taught him gratitude. He learned that the true purpose of study wasn't to compete with others, but to discover the power inside himself. And one day, when he looked back, he understood something beautiful. It was never the grades that changed his life. It was the discipline. It was the patience. It was the courage to begin again, every time he fell. That's what education does. It doesn't just fill your brain, it shapes your soul. It teaches you how to rise, how to think, how to persevere. So if you're still struggling, remember this. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep showing up. You don't need to know all the answers. You just need to keep asking questions. You don't need to move fast. You just need to keep moving. Because the road to success is not straight. It's full of turns, doubts, and darkness. But every time you take one more step, you bring yourself closer to the light. Graduation cap, let me tell you a secret. The smartest students aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who never stop learning from failure. The strongest students aren't the ones who never cry. They're the ones who wipe their tears and keep going. And the most successful students aren't the ones who have everything figured out. They're the ones who keep faith when everything seems lost. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for motivation. Start now, with what you have, where you are. Because there will never be a right moment. There will only be this one, now. And what you choose to do with it will define your future. Fire, the truth is this. One day, your hard work will pay off. One day, you'll look in the mirror and see someone you're proud of. Not because they're perfect, but because they didn't quit when it was hard. That's the real victory. That's what success truly means. So keep going. Keep believing. Keep studying. Because the world needs people like you. People who don't run away from effort. People who transform pain into purpose. People who study not just to pass, but to grow. And when your time comes, when your name is called, and your dream becomes real, you'll know it wasn't luck. It was you. It was always you.